Okay, so last week I checked in on last Monday about working on pull-ups that I've been terrible at. Although in the past I used to be able to do a lot when I was, 20. Um, but I've been barely able to hang on to the bar, and I've been working on getting up to do several. And on this channel, we've been talking about doing little bits at a time and making small progress that eventually then snowballs into bigger progress. And I thought it would be kind of fun to put the progress of this on, you know, out there for you to see, right? So I didn't get ahead of it right at the beginning. I had several couple weeks, 3 weeks or so of working it a little bit before you all caught up with me. But I'm up to doing about one. I've been doing negative hangs, which is or negative pull-ups, which is kind of get up over the bar and then just drop slowly, and doing sets of that. So I'm up to one, and I can kind of do a negative hang with it. And I thought maybe today I'd check out and see if I can do one, pause, and get up and do another one, and kind of do sets of one, and see if that'll help build up a little bit of endurance and strength with it. I don't know. It's been a couple of days. I take Sundays off, kind of rearranging and getting an office together for the house, and it's all kind of a mess, and I've barely got enough room here to do this today, and it's a Tuesday, so I'm a day late on it, so I've had a couple of days off with the pull-ups. I might be able to do them better than I thought, or maybe not. So I'm just going to get up and do one, and then we'll give it a pause and see if I can do a second one after a short break. So I could take a little extra slow on the way down is kind of how I've been doing it. But I thought today I won't do that because I don't want to wear myself out before I go for the second set. I don't know about you all, but for me, when I kind of hit the wall, like I'm done. I really hit the wall. Another thing I'm working on is running, jogging, and that's slow going, but I'm doing better at it than the pull-ups. But in the past, when I'd really kind of gotten into it and put a lot of work into it, I could run. I hadn't tried it all day, but I think I probably at a good pace, a slow, steady pace, could have gone about all day. It seemed like I could go 5, 8, 10 miles, 12 miles. But if I really kind of hit that wall and started kind of sprinting and turning it on a little too heavy, it would wreck me for the rest of the run. If I started too hard to begin with, I'd really be dragging. And so that's just kind of how it is. I can go until I can't, and then I'm done. So take a little bit of a pause, get a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to jump on the bar in just a second. I've got this cool mug I got at a concert. I don't know if y'all remember this song. I believe in a thing called love by The Darkness. I remember when they come out, it was 2003 that song come on, and I thought, wow, I've been missing these guys. I don't know how that passed me by, because it sounded like a I don't know, like a 80s kind of hair metal kind of a sound to it. And I thought, man, how did I miss this? This is what all my friends were into. Well, kind of. And I thought, been hiding somewhere, And it turns out when that song came out in 2003 that I heard it was actually the year it came out. And they just kind of have that sound. But they've been rocking ever since. I think they had a brief pause for a while. But they've been back together for a while now, and we've been checking them out when they come to town or to the local area, and they're a blast. I listen to a lot of country, bluegrass, and older stuff, and I got to their concert, was one of the first ones I've been to in a while, and second one. The first one was a bluegrass, kind of a folk concert. And I went to their concert, and I didn't realize that I needed 1 or 2 electric guitar solos in every song. But it's a really great experience if you haven't seen them. So this will be the first time I've done a set, 2 sets of of the one. Okay, that actually kind of surprises me. I didn't think I'd be able to get there that easy. I'm filming before I've got to get to work, and I think I might have one more in me. So I'm going to step away and go check my watch to make sure I've got the time for it. Mic'd up, so you should be able to hear me. Probably not the best video strategy to walk off camera, but it looks like I've got just enough time maybe to work on one more set, and we'll see what happens. In the past, I could do 7 pretty regular, kind of straight up and straight down. But if you kind of get a swinging motion, a kip, you can get up over. And I was in the Marine Corps, and they used to let you do that. But it was really hard for me to get that sort of that steady swing. It would kind of be like I'd get halfway up, and then I'd have to pull again. And that's not real great for the momentum. You know what I mean? It slows things down. So like I could get 7 pull-ups pretty good, and 20 was the goal. And at some point, a bunch of the guys started working on this long set of pull-up bars. Like there was just a bunch of them, different thicknesses and different heights. And they would get up and they would do just 5, which for me was already, close to my max. So that was kind of a problem. But they would do 5 on a bar, and they'd get down and they'd do 5 push-ups. And then go to the next bar and they'd do 5, and then they get down and do 5 push-ups. And they just work all the way up and down the bar. And it was adding up to about 100 pull-ups, and then 100 push-ups as well. And so for me, like I could do 5 and maybe a couple sets, but then I'd really hit the wall. And so what I started doing was just like 3, and I cut the push-ups down too, just to make sure that I wasn't, over stressing myself for the pull-ups, because that was just sort of a filler, a little extra to kind of round things out. So I do 3 and 3. And then I got to where, even then I was kind of hitting the wall. So I just sort of hang there. And we would do that on Mondays and then not do any more the rest of the week. And unless something, some other PT, physical training we were doing, like required it. But we wouldn't work it extra hard. Mondays we'd do a bunch. A lot of the guys got to 100. I never did. I was still trying, but I was barely hanging on to the bar at the end, and we were running out of time and had to get back to work. But I never got to the 100, but we did it. We did it for 3 or 4 weeks. Then we took the whole next week off. And then on Monday, we just tried to see where we were at with it. And so I got up on the bar thinking, I hope I can get somewhere close to 20, right? And I realized that I had built up the muscles for that, for the pulling up over, but also that sort of that nice motion that would get me up and over and kind of rock up and over, right? And so I got up, and my hands have been tearing as we've been doing. I've been wrapping them and stuff. So it was each week I'd have to heal where the calluses would tear. But I got up on the bar and I did something like 35 before my grip gave out, which was really cool because I thought that was just a bunch. It was way over what the max was. And then within a month or 2, they switched the standards and said it had to be a dead hang, straight up and straight down. And I dropped back down to like 17 or something like that. But you don't have to have this perfect form and always do it exactly so to get there, right? Like if you can't get there, just not doing it isn't going to work. So if sort of kipping and pulling yourself up over helps, doing sets of 1 or 2 helps, whatever, gets you forward progress, right? After that, when I was really wanting to work them, I would still get up on the bar and do some of the kipping, that swinging up, and guys would walk by, one's not doing the pull-ups and say, hey, we're not allowed to do the kip anymore. Well, I'm not testing right now. I'm working out, and this helps me get over the bar. And so I don't know that I ever got to 20 dead hangs again, but like 18 or 19, I think was the most I did. But to maintain that, just whatever way I could get over is how I maintained it. So I'm trying to remember that and trying to get up and do whatever I can to make forward progress and see what that becomes. So I don't know if I quite made the bar there, but it was pretty close. I had to swing myself up, and it about fell over on me. So that'll be that. I won't be able to get up over one more time, so we're going to call it 3 sets of 1, and we'll check back in next week. And then I can't remember if there's one more week after that, or if the week after that is when I'll be checking to see how many I can do. I was hoping for 3 or 4, but we'll see what happens. Have a good rest of your day. And, maybe if you're like me and you haven't been doing it for a while, maybe do a little workout, even if it's a little. Maybe just get down if you don't have a pull-up bar and do several sets of 5 push-ups or 3 push-ups, or, put your knees down and push off of that, or against a wall, and just kind of get a little bit of lean where you can just get some energy going and build up some momentum with your working out. When I started the push-ups, I couldn't do but about 5. And I don't know, the last just one set that I did that I wasn't trying to do multiple sets of, I think was 25. I could have squeezed out 1 more, 2 more, but I was really about maxed out at that. So I'd like to get better with that too, but over 4 or 5, I'll take it. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time.